Hey guys, what's up? This is Damnation-n-Hellfire, and I'm joined by Caleb, Ross, and Shane tonight. And this is going to be episode 6, and we're going to be talking about the TLCs that came out this week. Let's see. Let me get my screen share going here. But first, bug fixes and tuning. They fixed an issue where speed ups would sometimes get stuck at 0 0 seconds. I am so glad they fixed that because that would happen to me all the time, and like be going through and doing out like a fleet of boats with tokens or whatever, and every time you get something finished, you got to refresh the game, refresh the game, refresh the game. So I'm glad they finally got rid of that thing. They made the reload stat for the concussive belt display and the turret equip modal. So cool. Portal turrets will now display their ranges when selected in combat by their owner. Also a good thing. And fixed ranging issues for turrets equipped to portals in combat. So cool. It seems like there was quite a few things wrong there with the portals, and they've now been fixed. So that's definitely a good thing. Any of you guys
There
have
is
any
good.
input on that stuff?
Yeah, they need to fix the glitch right now where you kill the portal, come out, repair your fleet, go back in, you can't get past it because it's glitched.
Yeah, that would be definitely a good one for them to fix. I tell you something with the portals that's come up for me in particular that's been personally annoying is the fact when you put two portals in now, or you put a portal with a gate in, like close to the beginning of your channel, it makes the Reaver Tide daily thing really hard to do
Oh yeah.
because
I
they don't want to try. They're like can't come through your channel, so they just kind of end up stopping at like all these weird points out and around your base.
yes, I did that. I have a portal issue myself. I can't move. Mine won't move in my base, and not only in base planner, but they won't move actually, no matter what. It's kind of a strange thing. So, but mine are right at the front right now, and I do the daily, and it's a riot. They don't know where the entrance is. They just go everywhere, all the way around. It's pretty strange.
Yeah, I mean, Shane, were you on the hangout with me when I was doing it the first time that happened?
No.
Okay, I couldn't remember if it was you or Toxic, and yeah, it was hilarious because I'm like, oh great, all the boats are like stopped outside of range for all my like long range turrets, and nothing can reach them, and they're just kind of sitting there hanging out. So I had to abort and like move a couple turrets around real quick so I could just get through that thing. So hopefully they got some kind of workaround in store for that they'll like come in closer and approach stuff or whatever. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But this is all the stuff that they've fixed for Word this week. So then we got some TLCs this week. First, we got the Defensive Arts TLC, and I think Ross, you were going to tell us a little bit about that one.
Yes. First, we start this one off. You use your Phoenix, your Skyfire, or the Apollo, I do believe. Going to be working for the charged armors in this one. So in prize pack 1, you do get the Zentonite armor, the C1M. You get that times 3. So you'll pick up 3 of those. It's a pretty good deal. And then in prize pack 2, you pick up the Zentonite armor C1, the charged armor, the CO, and you get 4 of those. So you get, and then prize pack 3, you pick up the C1X, and it keeps going up. So you pick up 5 that time. So this is a good one for everybody to go through and pick up all these charged armors because they're so expensive in the events. To tell you the truth, that if you have any chance to do slow repairs, save some coin, get these done. So you just have these in on reserve, even if you don't need them right now. If your fleet's built, I see a need possibly just to have a backup build up of these.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really great that they did this because that the problem with the charged armors has always been that they're so expensive to get and that they're limited. So this is kind of helping to alleviate that a little bit. And like the good thing is the X. I'm sure we're going to be needing the X charged armor in the upcoming raid cycle, because that'll be the concussive and explosive one for the skirmish stuff. So it definitely will be a boon to have that for the upcoming format.
Well, I agree. And these targets we're dealing with now, I mean, we're going to see them for what, a 6-month period. You know, they'll rearrange, move them to you know, different things. But we're going to see more of these targets, so you're going to want this armor, and it's really good for the people that weren't able to pick them up due to the fact that there's actually so many points in the events. You know, there's lots of players that they go all after the, you know, it takes everything they have to get to a certain hull or even a turret, and so now this is another chance for them to get it. It's a good deal.
Yeah, I mean, I've done the first and the second run through at this point. I haven't quite got to the third one yet. I found them pretty easy myself. I hear, from what I've heard, Prize Pack 3 has the big Rudolph in it from the raid. So, you know, however you dealt with that big red-nosed reindeer ship before is how you're going to want to do it this time.
I suggest subs myself. It takes a little time, you know, but you're damage free. You're on the killing that's what I do. Anytime you can kill anything for free, it's a good deal. I take a little time for that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is probably one of those things that people that have ghost crawlers will have it really easy, because they don't even have to like worry about surfacing. You know, they just go in and like start shooting, go get a cup of coffee, make some popcorn, whatever, and you know, eventually it'll die.
Yes.
Yeah, this is probably my personal favorite as far as for helping everybody campaign that came out this week.
I agree.
Then we also had the High Tide TLC rerun. And I think, Shane, you were kind of looking into that a little bit.
Yeah, I went in there and looked at those. Apparently, they are all the Legion assault targets. So, Phoenixes, Skyfires, old Apollos.
Yeah.
Run those. Of course, the Tide Seeker pack is what this is all about. Pack 1 there, you got the Tide Seeker itself and 2 one-day build tokens, and they give you the advanced concussive payload. Now that's a really good special all the way around for concussive weapons, period. It's almost a must-have to keep up in damage. So that'd be a good one to get. Use it on your subs and stuff. Second round, you'll get the Garwood Gatling gun, which I kind of think is probably the worst of the Gatling guns, but every weapon has its spot, you know. But then you'll get 4-day Tide Seeker build token in that second run through. 1 4-day Tide Seeker build token. And then you'll go through Prize Pack 3, you'll get another 4-day Tide Seeker build token with 2 1-dayers. And then a 25,000 VXP token. But then you'll get the concussive reciprocator in this round. And that's actually the cannon I use on my Tide Seekers, and it works really well.
Now, I know they had said that this campaign was going to be unlocked down to level 30, but when I looked in the description, it still said level 50. Yeah. So I'm not sure if that was a typographical error in the description or not. And obviously, I'm well past level 30, so I can't check to see if it was an error or not. But yeah, I would assume if they said in the forums it was going to be unlocked to level 30, that it was, and just the 50 in the description is a typographical error.
Well, it'd have to be a good 30 to have that, be able to do that. I don't know of any level 30 that would have any Rhinos or Apollos or.
Well, when do Apollos get unlocked in the Foundry? What level does that happen?
I don't remember, but I mean, just to have them built to do it, it just doesn't seem like a 30 would have been very long.
Maybe not a 30, but I could see possibly somebody who's sub 50. Oh, and you think about it though, they did have that thing where you could buy the Apollos. You know, they had that Apollo fleet that you could buy for like $10.
Yeah. Was it only $10?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it was like
Oh,
$10
okay.
or what.
Okay.
It was like a crazy low price. So yeah, there are probably some really low level
They could be.
that do have.
Yeah, they could be. Somebody was at that early of the game decided to spend some money on this thing.
Yeah.
So
So definitely good for, you know, the lower level players and even mid level players. I think that's a good campaign for them. Do a little caught up and maybe get ready for this next upcoming raid format.
yeah. Let's see. What did you end up with then? That anyway, 4, 8, 10, 12 days worth of build tokens and the
12
Tide
days.
Seekers on that.
Yeah.
So it's decent. I mean, it'll help you do some refits and stuff. It's not going to build you a ship or nothing
But
outright.
I think 12 days might get you like one fully built ship, but that'd be about it.
Yeah. That's all
Cool.
I got on that one.
Well, then we also had the Scourge TLC. I think this one's actually called Forever, if I recall correctly.
Yeah. It's a brilliant campaign. It's pretty easy to do with your bases, the first 3 rounds, and then it's your ironclads, like ballistic, like siege targets, basically, that we've hit before with the Scourge, with the big cannons in the middle. The first 3 attacks, the first one is 3 base attacks. The second, I think, with the 1 siege target. I can't remember.
The first time
Third
through
one
was just the
is-
bases.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first time through just the 3 base attacks, and then you get the 1 base structure token and the sulfide deployer. And those are actually the structure tokens that you get out of this campaign are going to be really freaking handy because, you know, everybody's working on their portals and getting them upgraded and whatnot. And I do believe OP10 is probably right around the corner before too awful long. So, you know, that 12-day and this 5-day and whatnot, they'll come in really handy. And what do we got there for run through 2, Caleb?
Yeah, I agree.
It's their run through 2 is 4 encounters with 3 base attacks and 1 Scourge defense grid. Which you on the defense grid you use ironclads, cannoneers. I think there's another hull I can't remember the name of.
I know.
Zelos.
I think for anybody who might have still had Centurions, I think maybe they could possibly work. I wouldn't recommend them, but they could possibly work. And the Scourge defense grid in that second run through is actually probably really, in my opinion, it was really easy because, you know, it's just the 3 big launcher turrets and then the 1 little thing that pops up in the middle, and that's all you have to kill in there.
The 4th one, or the 3rd one, should I say? There's 2 Scourge encounters with 5-day structure build token and 3 1-day structure build tokens.
Which actually, you know, I got this right off from the forums, but I don't think the 3 1-day thing is actually correct on this prize pack.
If it well, I
So
didn't
2
get
1
the
days,
3
a 2-day and a 1-day, and then a 5-day in prize pack 3.
Okay, yeah, because I think they probably had it set up originally for 3 1-days, and then they realized, oh wait, we have a 2 limit thing on the 1-days, so we'll just turn 2 of those 1-days into a 2-day.
The 4th one is base attacks again, and then another 2 encounters, which gives you 1 5-day, 1 1-day, and a gluttony 25 KVXP token.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think like from run through 3 on, aren't they all exactly the same?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
The 1 through 3? are different, and then or 3 on are all the same.
Yes, 3 on are all the same.
Very good. Okay, I haven't done it yet, so I was going to
Just end up adding 2 siege targets to the 3 base hits, and then that's how it stays throughout the rest of it.
Yeah, because I've actually done the whole thing at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like after if you can do the prize pack 3, you should be able to do 4, 5, and 6 as well.
Okay.
Good deal. Good deal. All right, how much damage are you taking? Are you using gluttonies to do the base attacks, or are you using base fleets, or?
Oh, I'm using my rage fleet.
Oh, okay.
I'm using. Well, let's finish doing the prize packs, and then we'll get back
go ahead.
Tactics a little bit.
The run through 5 is the 3 base attacks that's completely the same, and the Scourge defense grid is completely the same again, with the Gluttony blueprint for the prize and 1 12-day structure build token and 3 Gluttony 1-day build tokens.
Yeah, that 12-day structure build token, I'm sure will make a lot of people happy when OP10 hits. And then we got the last run through, which is exactly the same. You just get 3 5K Gluttony VXP tokens, 1 6-day Gluttony build token, and 3 Gluttony 1-day build tokens, and you can repeat that one twice. So yeah, you end up getting, let's see what, that's 12, 15, 18, so 24 days worth of Gluttony builds out of doing this campaign completely through.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
that's a lot actually for tokens for one hole.
Yeah, and like quite honestly, if anybody who doesn't have gluttonies and is able to get them, I would still definitely get them because they come in handy for a lot of TLCs. Actually, that you're able to do them damage free if you got the mud gluts, and you know anything that saves us money is definitely a good thing. Now, you wanted to talk a little bit about strategy as far as what we were hitting these with.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Caleb. I know you were starting to say.
Oh, I was using my rage fleet for the base attacks. I was just sending 1 rage in and keeping the others on the outside, and he was just doing it with the 1 rage.
I know. For me, I was using a pride. I would take my Visago pride in with a regular pride, and I would use that to hit the bases. And I was able to do like usually 2 entire prize packs, sometimes 3, before I'd just take it and repair it at that point. I had tried to use using my gluttonies to do it, and yeah, that was a bad idea. I mean, you can do it, but to get past that first Harlock Alpha Behemoth that's there, it's going to take you a long time.
Well, that wasn't so bad on my Mudglut fleet. For one thing, I used a pinch on it, and it didn't work as well as it did before. But on my fleet, I'm actually running a Malice lead, and I'll go up there and let him get shot at just enough to berserk him. And when he berserks, those mud missiles, they wipe out that Harlock's Alpha Behemoth.
That's a good idea.
They take it out pretty exponentially.
Nice. Yeah, see, I only have, when I started this, I only had 3 Mudgluts built totally, and 2 of them, well, one of them's in my base guard. Hang on 1 second, sorry. One of them's in my base guard, and so I was only doing this with 2 of them. So yeah, it was taking me a long time to be able to kill those things.
Okay. Well, full fleet with the Malice lead worked out pretty well for me.
Good deal. I might give that a try. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I know me personally, and this I think you were on the hangout with me, Shane, when this was going on. That the lag in these Scourge targets is so horrendous when like the walls and the turrets and stuff pop up that my game would actually like freeze up and I couldn't even move my boats anywhere. I was getting so angry.
Yeah, it gets it's I just watched. I ain't done that last target yet, but it was the top target during the raid where it's got all the ballistas and the snot blower in the center,
Yeah, it
and you
was.
got to drive around with the ballistas in the inner ring, and then the uh, launchers on the outer ring. And yeah, when those walls come popping up, I mean, it's just freeze frame play. Awful,
Yeah.
awful from what I was watching on his.
So my only advice I can give you is when driving that target, make sure you have your pattern planned well in advance so you can like click way ahead of where you need to be. That way the freeze framing doesn't affect you.
Yeah,
All
you got
that.
to trust in that ghost driving.
Yeah,
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 that is a good thing to mention, though. Click way ahead. When you're jumping like that, don't give up and just get frustrated. Click in advance, and just try to ride it out. It happens quite a bit.
Well, the getting frustrated part's fine, but don't give
Right.
up. That's the important part. So I think that covers all the TLCs. Let's talk a little bit about. I know one of the big discussions has been the Axiom turret. Is it overpowered? And I kind of wanted to get everybody's opinion on this a little bit. Let's start with Ross. What do you think?
I don't believe so myself. I mean, mine aren't. I mean, I know that. They could be, I guess, if you. No, I don't believe the gun itself is overpowered. I believe correct base positioning could make it appear that way. I have heard a lot of complaints from all levels players, but boy, it was offered pretty easy to everybody. I mean, anybody to opt in. So I don't feel too bad about it. But the turret itself, I don't think it's overpowered. It's a pretty nice turret. I think with the fleets that are out there, we're going to have something. Myself, if they're not, they haven't stopped me. I mean, and to tell you the truth, that mine don't stop. Mine don't stop all players at all.
Cal, what do you think?
I don't think they're overpowered. Like Ross said, I agree with him 100%. It's the placement and the fire support around it. And the specials. If you got the extra splash specials on there, and it's going to be a lot harder. It's going to hit you a lot harder too.
How about you, Shane? I know you're probably thinking somewhat along the same lines I am, so I'll let
Yeah,
you go first.
I mean, I'm thinking along the same lines. It can be made powerful, but you got to know what you're doing to do that. And then also, the person coming in, they got to know how to avoid that. I'll tell you the straight thing right now. The first thing you need to avoid that is speed and keep moving. Okay, that's how you compensate for it. But I mean, as far as it being overpowered, to be honest, it's about time the defenders got something that's had some kick to it that'll hurt guys coming in right off the bat. I mean, they come out with a point and click fleet almost every month. This will get beat down here pretty quick. People have figured it out. Just like base defense, everybody's like when a new fleet comes out, and everybody's like, it's OP, it's OP. It's like, we'll figure it out. It'll get beat down. You'll come up with a defense against it. Well, this is the same thing, just on the flip side. And in my opinion, it's about time.
Yeah,
Defender got something.
I'm kind of like right there with you actually, because like it seems like every 2 months at least we get this new OP fleet that it takes defenders like weeks and weeks, if not a month or two, to try to figure out how to stop it. And like when we get one turret within the past God knows how long that is actually effective at stopping stuff, and people want to start crying right away. It's like okay, people who do the base hitting, this one time out of this past year, you're feeling what we defenders feel all the time. So I kind of like, I don't want to hear it. I don't think it's overpowered. I think it's damn well time that defenders got something that was really good. That's my personal take on it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I agree. I feel sorry for some that don't. I mean, I don't. I hope it's offered again. I do, for those that didn't participate in the bounty. the way it went down, I think that some people were just frustrated and just said heck with all of it. And I hope that they do get a chance to get it.
Well, I mean, I would say this, like, they made it pretty clear on, as far as they could on their end, what they were doing, and they were putting the Axiom in for only 1 point. I know a lot of us on our respective pages tried to spread the word as much as we could that the Axiom was going to be there, and it was only going to be 1 point. So if you were paying any attention at all and you didn't get this, that's kind of on you.
I agree. No, I agree. Yeah.
So, and then I guess really the last thing to talk about, this might end up being a rather short show because not a whole lot of stuff went on in the game this week, really. It was just the those TLCs, really. But here on September 14th, the Steel Curtain Raid will be starting. And so this will be the 6-day tech store raid, and we'll have 6 days to do it, and we'll have to shore and get billions and billions of points to get everything that we want. But it will be the last raid of this cycle, and we'll be able to get our advanced start on the hull for the next raid cycle. I don't know why they call it an advanced start, because I've always said I've never played a game before where you needed to kill the boss in order to get the thing to kill the boss, but apparently that's how they expected you to do it in Battle Pirates for years. So now we're getting it early. But anyway, so what would you guys like to see in this tech store that hasn't been out and about for a while?
The Titan missile. A lot of people always tell me the Titan.
Oh, you mean the Trident?
Trident. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree with Trident. It's I think it's pretty essential, in my opinion, actually, for the FM, because since it shoots down cold snaps and whatnot.
No, exactly. And those players that don't have that, they don't have any way to do. There's so many targets there's not so many. There's some important targets that require them, and those players are stuck right now.
What else? I know I would love to see Phalanx 3 in there, because I still don't think you can get Phalanx 3 anywhere in the game right now.
No, you can't.
Yeah, you can
it's not even.
You can get 1 and 2 through campaigns, and 4 is generally in the FM, I do believe. But 3 is never anywhere.
I didn't know that. I know I need that radiation armor for the OP. I don't know where that came from, but that's somehow I don't have that. I'd like to see that.
Yeah, that's a really good one to put on your. It's a really good one to put on your outpost. At least it was for me during the bounty. You'd have one rage that would finally get through, and he'd get back there, but you'd have 4 plates of that radiation armor on your outpost, and he'd be trying to kill your outpost with his 1 rage that got through, and your health bar wasn't moving really at all.
No, exactly, and that's one I'm missing. So there you go, everyone. My is open.
What else, guys? What else do you think needs to be on there?
Is Phalanx 3 available anywhere?
No, we had just talked about that. We just said
Phalanx
3
okay.
needs to be in there. Yeah.
And I've got a special that a lot of people don't have. I don't know how pertinent it is, but the combustion trigger that you put as a tactical installation on your res generators or whatever.
That's the one that makes your oil rigs blow up and crap.
Yeah, it causes the fire on the water.
Yeah.
That's one that I haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
One that I could use. There's only one special I don't have, and that's a flechette launcher. I haven't seen that come back around anywhere.
Which one is it? You mean the flechette feeder?
Oh, flechette feeder, yeah.
The one that gives 50% reload or whatever.
Yeah, that's one special that I don't have, that I wouldn't mind seeing.
Right. Go ahead, Cam.
I wouldn't mind seeing some of the old base turrets, like the Hyena run stuff, because if people ain't been able to do the campaigns, they should be able to get in the raids.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. That's actually a really good point. That people who haven't gotten hyenas and emancipators and all that kind of stuff, if they don't have the ability to do the campaigns, because some of those were campaigns that involved doing some PvP, and a lot of people have opted not to do PvP in the game. So, and the raids would be, these tech raids would be a good place to put those turrets in and give them access to finally get them, because they've all been out for a little while.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that. The Venom Spitter, that explosive turret, and the Hyena, and all of them.
Yeah.
For cheap.
Yeah.
I mean, like a couple million each would probably be nice.
What hulls would you like to see in there?
Well, this would be overall, though, right?
Well, I'm saying,
let's
put it this: what hulls would we like to see in there? Like older hulls that are still relevant to today's game, that we haven't seen the crap out of already. Like, I don't want to see icebreakers and monoliths in there.
Ironclad. There's a couple people that don't have the ironclad, I guess.
Yeah, ironclads might not be bad, and even possibly cannoneers.
Along with their flagships would be nice.
Yeah.
At reduced prices, because they are getting, that was been a while back.
Right. Hell Race, maybe, for people who aren't going to be able to get the greatest and latest stuff out of this raid, but maybe don't have Hell Race if they want to participate at all in the upcoming format. Hell Race should definitely be in there for them.
Yeah, you would think they would be. Hell Race and Tide Seekers.
Well, Tide Seekers we're having in this TLC right now, so I could see them potentially not being in the raid.
But possibly the flagship.
Right.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. I'd like to see some flagships, I guess, for people in there. Have they always? I forget what the last cycle they've done. They did on the end there, on how many hulls they threw in there.
Yeah, I can't remember. I know towards the end they had put in added the gluttony and the sloth, I think, there at the very end.
I'm thinking the Highland, the nuke cruiser, if you've not got the Zoe Ret, I'm looking at stats right now, and it gives you radioactive defense and a reload. So if you got the Retributions in your base and no Zoe Ret, I was thinking you could put the Highlander in there.
Yeah, that might not be a bad idea. So honestly, I really don't want to see icebreakers and monoliths in there, though, because we've seen them to death in campaigns and everything. I'm pretty sure anybody who wants either one of those two hulls has them by now. I would love to see a TLC for the Empyrean, my own self, because that's so much easier to drive for people who want to do mortar fleets than monoliths are. It's so much easier, and for new and upcoming people, they're probably, honestly, a lot of them aren't going to have the skill to drive a monolith fleet, and they would be much better served to having an Empyrean fleet. So, like a TLC for them, that maybe you might want to start looking at that instead of just the monolith one over and over and over and over.
Yeah, I've had the Icebreaker campaign for nearly 2 months, and I've messaged them everything. I'm not going to get the Icebreaker.
And I agree. I think that Empyrean is truly, that's my favorite mortar fleet I've ever had, is that darn Empyrean. It truly is.
I saw you talk about icebreakers being around all the time. I saw a picture on one of the pages the other day where somebody had 94 out of 99 icebreaker build tokens, and I'm like, oh my good lord, he could build 3 freaking fleets right now.
Yeah, that's too many. I mean, why would you just keep it? I don't know. I guess.
So, I don't know. We still got about 20 minutes left. Anything you guys want to talk about?
Anybody
Let's ask the viewers.
I wouldn't mind talking about some base power. What's everybody doing to put these portals in?
Crossing my fingers and hoping OP Tennessee.
I'm actually utilizing some low-powered turret.
Okay. Are you able to put the gates in, or you're?
I'm working on getting the second gate put in. I'm still working on power, but I mean, I've got so bored of doing base parts. I mean, I've got 3 turrets to change around, and I could possibly put my second gate on, and still got everything in my base covered without losing a lot of offensive power damage. You know.
Oh, very nice.
It's just things you wouldn't think about. I mean, for one thing, on my gates, I'll say this: I've got on one side of them, I've got the Axiom turrets, but on the other side, I've got the disruptor cannons. Now, the disruptor cannons are made there to heal in the hole there for their inner hole, but the main deal is for them to slow down those ships while they're trying to take out the gates, or even trying to go through them if they're still alive. The main thing is to slow them down so my island weapons can hammer on them with my mortars and other axiom cannons and missiles and my other glacials, other things to try to shut them down, other things to slow them down. I've been trying to use some effect weapons in there.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
I know at this point, my portals I have both built. One's at level 2, the other one will be at level 2 here in a couple days. Both have the great ramparts in them, and I think I only had enough base power to put like one weapon on one portal, and then I had to stop there because I ran out of base power, and there's like nothing else I really want to trim out of my base currently. You know, like all my other turrets and everything, I'm pretty satisfied with. So yeah, base power for me personally has become a big problem.
I agree. Yeah, I'm out of base power. That's why I was asking. I was wondering. I deleted all kinds of things, but I don't have enough. I'm 12,000 short for putting in the next gate. No, I think I'm at a standstill now. So wait. Well, hopefully that LP isn't that far away.
I know there is one thing I'm hoping that's on a totally related subject or unrelated subject, but I'm hoping we see. Well, I actually hope we would have seen them already. But where's our courage VXP tokens? You know, I mean, since you wanted to make not make it just a defender only VXP token, you need to be way more on top of getting out the defender specific VXP tokens. Because I know several people that have one built and they can't put any rank on it unless they like buy the rank. And I'm sure there's some people out there that will buy the rank, but pardon whatever I may say here, but I don't know a whole lot of people that are foolish enough to do that.
I have them. I have it built, and I'm not coining the rank. There's just no way. I'm just not. I'm not one to coin rank like that straight out. I like the deals. I like the new VXP tokens. I love that, actually. That's the best feature that I've seen added this year. But for sure, we definitely need I see a ton of these courage halls that people have really spent the time in, or coins or tokens and the whole bit to build them, and they have no way to rank them. That's yeah, I agree. We need that.
Yeah, I really don't get why if we just didn't have a generic defender token. I really don't understand that.
Well, we have the justice token. That's maybe why. I don't get it either. But
it needs to be a defender token, because I mean, if they start doing, the justice and then the courage and then the next one and the next one, this bar in here where we do our research at, that thing's going to get so convoluted, like our tokens bar. You know, it's just going to fill up with so much stuff that we only ever did one time, and now it's going to sit there and do nothing forever.
Right.
I'm in agreement that that justice token just needs to become a defender token, and just leave it at that and make it that simple.
Yep. And boy, I think that solution would make everybody happy. Surely people would use it, and you know, they're using the heck out of that other the regular PXP.
Yeah,
yeah,
I
know I have been.
definitely.
Well, to go a little bit into like a kind of a complaint department here, when are we going to see where the people who didn't build the megas get a chance to build the Conquer VXP tokens? I mean, we were told there were going to be something, and it wasn't going to be too long after the initial thing came out, and it's been what 3 weeks, a month now.
Yeah, that should have already been available for them to construct those tokens,
or at least some kind of update on what's going on with it. You know,
yeah, don't just leave them stuck out.
Be like, okay, we know it's not out yet, but within 2 weeks we're gonna have this in place, and this is how it's gonna work. You know, I mean, you can't. They told us all this time that megas weren't going to be needed for anything. Megas weren't going to be needed for anything. Megas weren't going to be needed for anything. And they had actually done a pretty damn good job with that until it came to these VXP tokens. And then they totally nerfed what they had said all along. It wasn't going to be needed for anything. They totally screwed that all up. And they need to fix that.
Yep. I agree.
I agree there. There should be a scrap button for the Mega as well.
Is everybody going to use the same tactics? I mean, the same hauls? Are they how about for the event, this raid next week here? Everybody's just planning to using the exact same fleet as last month, or have you guys all have you changed your fleet in any way?
Oh, I finally got a full Phoenix fleet. I'm planning on having fun this raid.
The other thing I changed for my fleet is the guided missile system and the counter missile extender thing that I had on mine. I went through and swapped all that out for the advanced optical targeting or whatever it was, the newest special that we got. But that was the only changes I made to my fleet.
Okay, I have the Skyfires and the Gillette Skyfire, so my fleet pretty much stayed the same. I didn't build the Phoenix.
I've not touched my Phoenix, I will admit, but I've done refits on my Skyfires with all the charge armor now. So I'll probably be using the Phoenix and the Skyfire.
Okay.
Oh, you're gonna double down on this raid, huh?
Yep.
So let's see. What else can we talk about for a little bit? Look, got about 15 minutes to kill. And if we end up stopping early, that's fine, but you know.
But going back to the base power, instead of scrapping the turrets, just take the weapon off the turret itself. So
yeah,
do that. Leave it out front for your bubble pad.
That's a good point, but I'm guilty of that. I made the error, and I scrapped all kinds of stuff.
That's why I said it was.
I'm not. Yeah, he's probably talking about me. I scrapped, and it was crazy. What I tried to, and then I put the portals in and out and in. It's amazing the actual foolishness I've done on my base. But I think I have it somewhat straight. I was going to pop later on tonight, and we'll see. But yeah, in the last 24 hours, my base has been oh wow, I've been through a lot.
It sounded like you did the portal hokey pokey there. You said you put the portal in, you took the portal out, you put the portal in. Did you shake it all about while you were at it?
I did. I've honest to God, I'm guilty. I put it in. I've scrapped it. I put it in. I'm not having very much luck with it. It's currently I don't know. It's locked in place. So, but I'm sure we'll get it figured out sometime. But I'm out of base power anyway, so my base should be. I'm hoping it's good.
G Daddy in the chat said something about putting anything that's going to help us in the next raid cycle in the tech store as well.
Well, yeah, I think we had kind of covered that at least on the hull, without saying that the hell rate should be in there for the people that can't get the other stuff. I don't know. Maybe I don't know some different torpedoes. Maybe see the fire twisters back in, and maybe mayhem's in there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not ready for this sub-raid yet.
No.
I've always liked the sub, so I imagine I'll have fun with it, as I always do with these sub raids. I mean,
I
preferred my hell raids.
Do you think it's gonna be a sub only type raid, or you think we're gonna be able to pull back out the dang tide seekers?
Well, I'm sure they're going to stay in that same format what they developed into from the last one, the skirmish raid. You know, yeah, they started out with subs, but they finally introduced the tide seekers. I think that it's going to start out this way this time. They're probably going to offer, you know, that both holes are going to be planned out to be being offered in this cycle.
Right.
I don't think they're going to make that same mistake as forcing everybody to do subs only again. But I do like the subs myself.
Yeah, what I imagine we'll see happening, and this is just speculation on my part based on what's happened in the past. We'll see the subs in this upcoming raid and the story raid, and then about a week before the next raid hits is when we'll see the B hull or the auto hull or whatever you want to call it in the TLC. That would be my guess just from the past patterns.
Yeah. But overall, I figure we'll have both style ships to do this next raid cycle.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. I hate subs, dude. I hate subs.
Well, I know a lot of people run with not so great connections. You know, whether it's on whose end or whatever. So subs sometimes are difficult for those players, and the Tide Seeker type hull was a little better for them.
Oh yeah, and here's a pro tip, anybody playing. Here's your pro tip of your Battle Pirates career: subs have to come up for air. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times I forget that. I get busy watching what I'm doing and like trying to weave in and out of stuff, and I'm like, oh hey, look at that, my sub just came up. I'm dead.
Yeah, don't make that mistake. It'll hurt.
It'll hurt a whole lot. But I don't know, guys. I think we're going to wrap it up for the night. We kind of covered all the TLCs that came out, talked about some extra stuff. So not a whole lot going on in Battle Pirates Land this week. So we'll just kind of wrap it up there and say thanks for everybody for watching the show. Appreciate you. And if you saw anything or heard anything in this show that you found helpful, beat the hell out of that like button and hit that subscribe button. And we'll talk to you next time around.
Laters, people.
Later, guys.
Good night.